I told you all I would be back. I had to redo that. Sometimes this weird thing happens where if I don't immediately start a video, it captures every other screen, and if I wait longer, it captures every fourth. It's so weird. So if I leave it on the other screen, it's like we are not going to capture every picture during your live stream. So I had to start it over. That's what happened. So we'll see who shows up. I told you guys I'll be back. Let's push one of these buttons. I don't know, which one do I want to play with today? Glamour? No, it's dance party. What's up, Virginia? Playing with some filters here. Pop filter? Maybe pop filter. I don't know. See what happens here. What's up, Marcus Leonard? Oh, you guys might get to watch birds build a house. So my neighbor has a couple. I don't know. I haven't looked it up. I don't know. I don't know if they're parakeets or parrots. They're green, and he lets them fly around outside. So they're outside birds. He doesn't keep them caged up. He's got a cage in his back porch, but he keeps it open. So they kind of hang out there. But then so I seen them today flying by my house, and they had some sticks and some stuff with them. And so they're going down to this tree at the end of the block, and they're building a house. So maybe we'll go outside and watch them build a house. I don't know if they're parakeets or parrots though. It's a smaller green bird. Anybody know? I don't know why I'm guessing Virginia knows, but yeah, it's I think there's like 5 of them. I used to think there was like 2 of them, unless they just have like friends from somewhere else. I don't know. So yeah, birds building, and it's funny because I know them because their sound is so much different than all of the other birds around. Like I know my crows, I know what they sound like, and then I got just the standard whatever, and they got some bluebirds and blue jays, redbirds, but these green ones they have a. You hear them right there? That's them right there. It's kind of like a chirp plus a squawk. It's pretty interesting. They're like about, let's see, they're like this color right here. They're somewhere in there. Yeah. Yeah. This is because this is hooked up. My internet is right there, so it works. The other place the internet is like through the building. So, but I did the last time I was there. I bought a range extender. I just couldn't get it to work. But nonetheless, so here I am. No more lagging, just me. Oh, so anyways, I guess this one we will. I'll chat with you guys for like 5-10 minutes, see who shows up, and then I will read from this book because now that I have my voice back, after having consumed some wormwood this morning, and its bitter properties really do a number on salivary glands, yeah, and I've been wetting my whistle with some tea. It's not my favorite, but it's lemon, rose, and I don't remember which black type of tea I used though. I think it's too strong for the rose though. Usually I use like a orange pico, or like a medium black tea. This one's super strong. Do I think 5G is related to 5G? Virginia, say that again. Oh, to the, yeah. I will, maybe I'll address that again later when more people show up because I know people are going to ask again. But I covered that the end of last show. If you want to, just go right to the end of my last show. And I answer that pretty completely. And I might do that again later during this show. I just don't feel like answering it again and again and again, My tattoo on my wrist, this one. It says, check your ingredients. It's from Lupe Fiasco's album, The Cool. And there's a woman that reads some poetry in the first song. And she says, check your ingredients before you overdose on The Cool. And I really, really enjoyed that. There was a great poem, but that to me stuck a lot because a lot of people, they think they're too cool for themselves and they overdose on it. So this was I think this is the third tattoo I gave myself. Yeah. What's up, Corinne? Yeah, I've given a few people tattoos. I've tattooed myself a couple times. It's a very interesting thing to tattoo yourself. It doesn't. It's like it hurts less because you're focused on not screwing up. So as you're doing it, there's the focus is on the tattoo, not on. Yeah, that's a needle that I'm sticking in my skin. You know, there's that. Let's see. I'm gonna play with some filters here. I do enjoy these ones. I don't know why I like this one so much. It's just here, let's go to 8mm. This is fun. Then you go and pretend this is from the 1960s. Did I see weird stuff in the sky today? Other than the birds, some of the clouds were a little funky. But no, not necessarily. I've been outside a little bit. Like right now, I can tell it's very bright because if I look outside, then I look back at my screen, I can barely see it. Like right now, it's very, like I've noticed since the beginning of this whole shit that the sun, that the brightness outside, somebody turned up the levels on how bright it is. Certainly, if you were in a video game, brightness is all the way up, and the heat of the sun is blazing. Like it might be 80 degrees out and you go in the shade and it's cool, but then if you step in the sun, it's like piercing. It's really interesting. I mean, I've lived in a hot climate, and so I know hot, but it's a different kind of hot. Everything I do make me look like a pirate. Arr. Sure about the new pirate movie coming out? It's rated R. Virginia, who is doing it? It might be me. Can you handle the heat? Can you handle the brightness? It was funny because it did kind of coincide with the last fast that I started. I don't know. I've been giving people enough little along the trail, little breadcrumbs. Catch up, come on. Come on, little ones. Let me show you how this works. What did I fast on? My last fast ended with just basically water and some piss. It started with, and then my fast before that, so like 3 weeks ago, it was like basically vodka and I don't remember what kind of juice, some sort of juice, and then I went from the vodka to juice fast, and then water and urine. That's usually my standard practice. Like I'll take a day or two, and just drink beer, wine, or liquor, and then because it will start to dehydrate me, then I'll get into juices and water, and then water and urine. So it usually ends up being like 5 or 6 days of fast. And when I say fast, I mean just not eating. I mean liquid. Like an official water fast. Excuse me. A portion of it is that. But since then, I haven't really haven't drank anything alcohol related, other than some tinctures, which is like a teaspoon. Probably in like 2 weeks. I don't really drank anything. What kind of juices? I'm trying to think of what I started with, what I had, because I was at this other place. I don't prefer orange juice. It's too acidic. It always kind of makes my stomach kind of not good. I like apple juice. I think I was using apple juice. I like apple juice, grape juice. Those are really good. Grape juice is really good to fast on. Apple juice is great to break up. There's malic acid in apple juice, and it breaks up a lot of stones and kidneys, and so apple juice is very important. Um, grape uh, grapes apparently. The reason Concord grapes are so important, the dark purple ones, is there's supposed to be monoatomic gold in them, especially if you're getting them from the right places. This is why the Jewish people, they drink Manischewitz. You know Manischewitz? It's like a dark purple grape juice, right? It's basically grape juice, but it's liquor. And there's gold in it, monatomic gold. Yeah, grape juice, and I have some grape juice now, so I've been drinking grape juice. Um, cranberry juice is good to cleanse the kidneys. So grape juice, cranberry juice. Although I got like store bought like Welch's bullshit, you know what I mean? Like normally I would get like fresh squeezed stuff, but they didn't have any because well everything that's happening, so I couldn't get what I would normally get. So it's like high fructose, which I don't like. Like I don't work well with high fructose corn syrup. I don't think anybody does really, but nonetheless, you get some of the benefits from the sugars and it's actually some grapes in there, but. Yeah, grape juice, unpasteurized, apple juice is great for you. Cucumber juice is very detoxifying. It's good for hangovers. Cucumber juice. Carrot juice is, I like, yeah, carrot, you know what? My favorite of the orange, I do like 70% carrot juice and then orange juice. So that way it cuts down on the acidic qualities of the orange juice. Like I like pineapple juice even though it's very acidic. It's just a different kind of, I don't know, it's just a different kind of acid. But yeah, orange juice with a lot of carrots. What's going on? Yeah, beetroot is beets. I like beet juice. Well, yeah, some mono juices I like, but there's some things that have to be mixed because it's too strong on its own. It's like let me think of a couple of things that need to be mixed. Like there's some grapes that are too sweet. Things that are too sweet need a mixer with something that's a little more bland, that like less sugars in it. Well, it depends with the starchy juices. Like a potato juice, like raw potato juice is really good for a bunch of things. I don't remember off the top of my head what it's good for. I could probably look it up for you. But potato juice is really good. Well, it's really good for sunburn, I believe, and it's also good for detoxifying something in the body. Straight potatoes. Like it doesn't have to be the sweet potatoes. It could just be the russet, whatever. Yeah, lime juice in the AM is good for. See, look at everybody trying to be alkaline. Well, lime juice and lemon juice are extremely acidic. But it's good because your stomach is acidic, so it adds to the acid in your stomach and helps you. It balances you out in the morning. It helps you. It doesn't. You don't immediately throw something into the furnace that isn't the same as what's in the furnace. So it's very good in the morning. So I guess I'll wait a few more minutes, see if anybody else shows up, and then I'll bust this book out and read from it. Let me see if I can. Yeah, constipation is usually related to being too dry. You know, it's just dried out. And there's a few other things that go into like why constipation occurs. Some of it is just being an anal retentive person. Like it's a psychological thing. Anal retentive, very pucker your face, pucker your butt cheeks. People that have constipation usually have an attitude of I'm better than you. Like they won't shit in public. They won't shit on a toilet. No, that's nasty. Boo, boo. It's psychosomatic. Certainly, it can be. It can be. They're not getting enough liquids. Could be their body isn't processing liquids well. A lack of oil will cause constipation. Um, a having a weak your the muscles inside of your that should be happening they're pushing poop through. Like some people just don't have firm. It's not they're not in order. It's not firing right. Their nerves aren't firing right. So that happens too. That can be constipation, but it's psychosomatic sometimes. It's oil related, liquid related. Yeah, this is just some copyright-free stuff that I put on. It's what I put on pretty much every time because I've got every other day I have a copyright, thing against my channel, like copyright claim. It doesn't affect the status of my channel, but it just means if I make any money, it goes to that person, which is garbage. But so if there's any music on, so now I'm just like, screw it, I have to put this on. It's either that or my music. Yeah, I know plenty about iridology. Yeah, Corinne, everybody, yeah, I was talking about that last show. Nobody gets notifications. Nobody. There's not much I can do about that. Send out bulk emails to people. I ain't got time for that shit. Oh, so if you guys want, we can go. Once I hear those birds go by again, we could maybe go see what they're doing. You can check out their house they're building. I got birds outside my house building a bird's nest. Okay, I'll give it to 20 minutes and then I'll start reading from this book. What's this? What you talking about? What's this that I'm going to read from? Is that what you're asking? Hold on one second. It is quite bright out. It really is. Like, I haven't, being inside for a while, your eyes kind of adjust to the darkness. Like, I don't like a lot of lights. Except for, like, in the summertime, like, whenever I was living at the beach and whenever, like, I'd stare into the sun. But, like, when you go straight from darkness to, like, bright, oh, man. And even outside right here, it's super bright. All right, let's get my eyes in order. That's a good way, too, to bring water to the surface of your eyes. Cleanses your eyes. A good cry is good. There we go. And put some oil in your eyes. You can use castor oil, but if you're going to put oil in your eyes to loosen up the membranes and heal the eyes, do it at night because you won't be able to see. It'll put a weird little film kind of on your eye. You can use castor oil, carrot seed oil, sesame oil, and you don't need that much. But just a drop of oil is nice. Oh, in the little bottle, this is it's rose tincture. I have a bunch of. I was gonna show you guys my from last show, my kitchen, all of my tinctures. Like I have hundreds and hundreds of tinctures that I've made. All different kind of herbs and things, and I've got like I don't know how many herbs like probably 100 or two. And then a closet full of stuff. And I was going to show you all that, but I got to clean my kitchen up just a little bit. It's a little bit of a mess in there. I got to just do dishes, and I've left a couple things on the counter. And not that I care that you guys see halfway mess. I just would rather clean it up before I put my camera in there and show you guys all the cool things. But yeah, this is just rose, which is it's very cooling. So it's there's an alcohol base in here, but it's rose. So rose and what's the other thing called? Two Indian things, but they're very cooling for the body. So if you have kundalini or it's hot or something, you put here, I'll go get it for you. I usually have a big bottle of this, but oh, it's turned into a paste. Nice. Usually it's Now, this is not the right stuff. This is something else. I mean, you can use this, but where is it? It's a paste. You put it on your forehead. And I don't know what the name is in American. Chandan is what it's called. This in India. In India. Smells good. It's like super orange. If I put this on my forehead, it's going to stain my forehead right now, and I don't want to stain this thing. So I can't do that right now. It's you know, the Indians, they put the stuff on their forehead and you think they're like, ooh, holy. Well, I mean, kind of, but it's where their pineal gland is, and it's because it's hot out and because they might be, you know, blasting off into some other realms. And it smells so good. I can't believe I can't think of the regular name of it. It's usually in a powder form and it's brown. So funny. I can't remember the name of it. Anyways, the point was that use that in rose. So like rose, I got like rose spray, like just rose water that I've made, and then rose tinctures, because well, alcohol is cooling as well. There's a reason that you put rubbing alcohol on your skin, because it pulls heat out of the body, and there's a reason you put alcohol, vodka in your body, because it's an expressive thing. You know, it's moving heat is what it does. Smells so good. I'll put a little in my mustache. All right, well, what's up, 13? Astrogening? Is that what you're saying this is? Or are you saying just something about female? I'm not understanding what you're saying. Are you asking if that's what that stuff's called? Because it's not. That's not what it is. Unless I'm just not understanding what you're communicating here. So before I start reading this, I'll see if I can figure out what 13. Oh, is rose oil estrogenic? Yeah, I believe it's obviously more connected to the feminine nature, certainly. Yeah. Yeah, dude really broke it down. What's his name? Soul Voice. Do you know that dude? Indian dude on YouTube. Soul Voice. Hello, hello everybody. This is Soul Voice. How are you doing today? So funny. Anyway, so he got into rose water and the uses of alcohol, and he's like, I used to not know alcohol and why you use these things. Now I understand. So funny. Alright, let's get into some of this book. Oh, what is nutrition exactly? Yeah, rosewater's good shit, man. I'll save some of this for later. Let's do what exactly is nutrition anyways. Yes? There exists a law that permeates the earth, moon, stars, cosmos, and everything in it. This is the law of light. Nut is the prefix that comes of the Latin nux, meaning seed or beginning point. Nux and nut originally referred to the point of light or the point of life. They were, at one time, synonymous. Nutrition is the process of getting life or light into one's body, literally to nurse or to suckle upon light. There are 7 known ways of taking in light, and eating plants is one of them. Plants synthesize light and water in order to make and sustain themselves. When we chew the plants in our mouths, it is called making the bolus, a Latin word meaning round mass or lump of earth. Metabolize comes of meta, meaning after change, and bolus, to throw a lump. Some call this process digestion. Di meaning break apart, and gestion means to carry. The process is how whole foods become recognizable to the cells as light or photoelectric chemical messages. The only thing by law, the law of light, that they understand and can use. It is accomplished in the alimentary canal, meaning the river of nourishment. Nourishment is a Latin word meaning to feed life or to give light, and sustenance, meaning to support life. This canal is lined tube that runs like a river from the mouth to the anus and includes the pharynx, meaning chasm or throat, larynx, room of sounds, esophagus, eso, inner passage, phagus, to eat, literally food passage. Stomach, the great room or garden chamber storehouse, and intestines, inside envelope. Small intestine, consisting of the duodenum, 12-finger breadths long. Duodenum is Latin for 12. Jejunum, fasting or empty tube. Ileum, to roll or move, and large, consisting of the cecum, bind tube gut. Colon is a large tube. Rectum is a straight tube. These are the water absorbers. In short, the mouth takes the groceries in, and the rectum pushes the garbage out through the anus, which is a ring. The food is made into a bolus in the mouth, then sent from the stomach, which turns it into chyme, Latin for lumpy juices. Then it is sent to the small intestines, where it is turned from lumpy juice into chyle, Latin for smooth milk. The work of magic going from juice to milk is performed by lacteals, milk movers, who then move the milk into the bloodstream so that the thoracic duct, through the thoracic duct, so that every cells everywhere can nurse or suckle upon the energetic messages, light of the milk's composition of crystals of light, in order to synthesize from the encoded liquid communications what each cell needs to know to keep and maintain life within itself. Cells do not assimilate the milk. They read the photoelectric chemical messages. Then, like plants, they synthesize or make from water and light the substances they need. When the messages in the milk are all used up, the milk then condenses back from liquid state to solid state in the colon as water is reabsorbed down into the body and the dross is thrown out. In understanding this, metabolism, literally to throw a change, was the result of the observational wisdom collected over thousands of years of human experience. The idea that a thing like unto itself is drawn has multiple layers of meaning, and all are true at every layer of context and application. As applied to the remission of disease and prevention of disease and promotion of vitality, longevity, and intelligence, it was taught simply yet profoundly that life begets life, light repels dark, death, lifeless decay promotes disease, decay, and death. To nourish, to sustain, to enliven was the gift of the whole foods that come of water and light. All we have to do is to enjoy metabolizing them. They deliver their gifts of light messages to the cells in this way. Whole foods to the ancient minds were sacred messengers, each carrying unique words of wisdom into the inner kingdom, the sanctuary of the mystery of life. We do well to ask how much life and light is in a dead calf's liver, the leg of a dead chicken, a pill or a capsule, a burning cigarette, a soda pop. Dry an apple, plant it, water it. It will grow several apple trees that produce thousands of apples. Plant any pill or capsule you like. Will it grow? Will it even mold? Life, it seems, is a deep mystery. We do know that life comes of light and water. Plant whole foods are filled with light and water. Put plant whole foods to the test. Use them as a nourishing offering to your body to see if the results over a short period of time is greater life, energy, and light within yourself. A thing like unto itself is drawn. Clearly, the best way to get nutrition is eating whole foods, but some will say, oh, I tried eating better and I felt worse, so I stopped. Healing and cleaning the house is what whole plants do first, so as to enable the cells to receive the highest benefit and messages of their light, so as to restore you to your intended design. Cleaning and restoration can and does hurt. For example, try to stop smoking. The lungs, the emotions, the thoughts all hurt as they struggle to drop the chemical messages of addiction. Go long enough and it will all clear and you'll feel even better. It is the same with processed, dead, lifeless food and lifeless drink that we are addicted and obsessed with. Detoxifying is typically not fun. It's more fun to get fat, for instance, than to shed fat. When it comes to nutrition, Emerson's words ring especially clear. And clear, there's always a best way of doing everything. So there you go. There's that chapter. Yeah, nuts. If you do not soak them overnight, they become an insoluble fiber, meaning they do one job. Roasted, unsoaked nuts, which are not germinated, they have the job of cleaning through using like a sweeping mechanism through the colon. They're insoluble fibers. As soon as you make them wet and moist, they become soluble and they become more bioavailable to the body. Well, there's an entire chapter here which is going to be... I can't read you the whole thing because it's way, way, way too long. It's just way too long. It's like 30 pages. Feeding your emotions. It's just using the right colors. I can't... I would love to read it to you, but it will take 2 hours, and I don't have that in my voice right now. It depends on what part of your body is injured, what kind of, there's emotional health in food. Now the colors do something. Yeah, man, it's just too much to read right now. I could take pictures of the pages, maybe. I don't know if I could take the pictures and send them to you or something. You read them yourself. Your brain, probably. Let me see if I can find something specifically. Well, anxiety is probably going to be best helped with blue, purple foods. Because anxiety tends to be yellow and red. McDonald's eating red and yellow. So you'd eat the opposing colors. Greens and blues. Cooling, grounding things. Potatoes. Green stuff and blue, purple stuff. That would be like off the cuff. But again, like if you're anxious, the anxiety could be coming from somewhere else completely. Anxiety is related to what? Kidneys? Could be kidney disorder. Anxiety is kidneys, I'm pretty sure. Maybe you need, and see, like, I think because that would make sense. You need to eat more beans, more kidney beans. Because everything you do is spastic. You're spastic because you take too many fruits in, and it puts it all in your head, and you need more grounding things. You need less energy, more grounding. You need somebody to tie you to a chair. with your feet stuck in the ground. And feed you fattiest things. Feed you fatty foods like just oils and fat and starches and all the things that you. Oh, I need fruits. But, enough fruits. Taking too many fruits, you're breaking your brain. Maybe yucca would be good. Yeah, I did this before. You guys want me to do this for you guys now? You guys want to play a game? You guys want to know about your tree? You guys want to know about your see, where did you put it? Your Celtic tree astrology. Just to tell you a little bit. If you tell me your birthday, I don't need the year. You can tell me the year if you want. What a spastic means? Means, whoa! Spaz. You're fucking spaz. Like Looney Tunes. Woo! Moon baby. Loony. Ah! Everything's out your head. Talk a lot. But I ain't saying shit. That's spastic. People that just but they really don't, they have no basis for what they're saying. Like information, they have all the information but they don't know what the fuck to do with it. That's what that is. Inferno, this is a Celtic tree astrology. You give me your birthday, I'll tell you what your tree is, and then something about it. It will be almost every time I've done this for people, it's almost 100% fact. It's really short too. It'll tell you about the tree and kind of like your ancestry. Marcus. Shit. May 22nd. Well, see, now this is going to be different on here because the Celtic tree astrology is broken into a bunch of different smaller. It's not just 12. There's a bunch of them. But through all of those, the trees are set up differently. So you said the 22nd of May? Let's see here. Chestnut. Let's find out. See if this describes you to any. The chestnut tree. Honesty. of unusual beauty, does not want to impress, well-developed sense of justice, vivaciousness, interested, a born diplomat, but irritates easily and is sensitive in company, often due to a lack of self-confidence. Due to a lack of self-confidence, acts sometimes superior, feels not understood, loves only once, has difficulty finding a partner. Does any of that ring true? There's for you, Marcus. Inferno, September 16th. You are a lime tree. Inferno, September 16th. Is that what you said? Yeah. Lime tree. The doubt. Accepts what life dishes out in a composed way. Hates fighting, stress, and labor. Dislikes laziness and idleness. Soft and relenting. Makes sacrifices for friends. Many talents, but not tenacious enough to make them blossom. Often wailing and complaining. Very jealous, but loyal. April 22nd. Walnut tree. The walnut tree. The passion. Unrelenting, strange, and full of contrast. Often egotistical. Aggressive. Noble, broad horizons. Unexpected reactions. Spontaneous, unlimited ambitions. No flexibility. Difficult and uncommon partner. Not always liked, but often admired. Ingenious strategist. Very jealous and passionate. No compromise. From what I know of you, that's pretty close. Yeah, the walnut. You are definitely the walnut. That's not even... And I only know you from a distance. And Marcus, that was pretty good. That was close. You are extremely egotistical and you're extremely aggressive. This is... You don't get to choose whether or not you're aggressive or not. People that deal with you do. You're very aggressive. You're more aggressive than I am, which is hard to do. People call me passive aggressive. I don't know why they call me that. Because I'm not passive at all. I'm direct. You're aggressive. I'm direct, you're aggressive. And you're egotistical. That's for certain. You think you're better than people. It is. I hate to break it to you. It says it right there. I'm just conveying the message. I'm just the hey, don't shoot the messenger. Flexible like in the body? No, I meant of the mind. Your mind is not very flexible. Which causes you to be all the other things. You're too sure of yourself at 20. You're way too sure of yourself. Which what's up, Axiom? Hey, Axiom, we're playing with the Celtic tree astrology. You wanna get in on this? Tell me your birthday. I don't need the year, but if you want to, and I'll tell you your tree, and you see if it kind of links up with you. Yeah, man, I looked that up. I've been using that, but maybe it's because it's on my Android. I couldn't get it to line up where I could put one and then put another one. It would just erase the one before it. I don't know. Maybe it's my phone. Maybe it's an Android. I don't know. I'll try to use it on a computer or something. Corinne, just because you're egotistical and demanding and all of those other things doesn't take away from being compassionate, loving, and caring. See, your egoic mind already puts you in a place where those things can't be true as well. It didn't say you're not those. I've not suggested those things weren't true, and neither did this thing. Those things, one doesn't signify the other is not a valid thing. You can be very demanding and very egotistical and very, everything this thing says, very aggressive. Just because you're those things doesn't mean you're not compassionate and caring and loving. And you're also defensive. It's part of your ego. You defend your ego. You don't defend truth, you defend your ego, which is your egotistical. Hey, it's just what it is. I don't care how open-minded you are. That's be it then. What's up, dog food? 328. March 28th. Hazelnut. Good tree, good tree. Where are we at, Hazelnut? The Extraordinary. So dog food, charming, undemanding, very understanding, knows how to make an impression, active fighter for social cause, popular, moody, and capricious lover, honest, tolerant partner, precise sense of judgment. There's dog food. Corinne, that's hilarious. What's up, man? I'll get to my tree in a second here. Hey, Axiom, you still here, dude? I think I'm saying the word wrong because I used to say it the right way, and then I read it, and now I say it the way it looks on the paper. Here's the word. I thought it was precarious. I used to think it was precarious, but it's not precarious, because precarious is if you put something, say, on a table, but it's kind of leaning off the table where it might fall. That's precarious. But the word is capricious. Look it up. And if you could tell me too, capricious, 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 capricious. It's funny because I've come across this word recently a couple times, and I think it's even in the title of one of my videos, because I thought it was a different word, and so I looked up the other word. So there you go. Yeah, it's CA, not CO. Yeah. Yeah, Corinne, see why you're still defending it. It's hilarious. If it's non-existence, why are you talking about it? If you're non-existent, why do you keep talking? Everybody has to have an ego. You're not supposed to kill the ego. It's stupid. Everybody needs an ego. You gotta use the ego. But no, a pimple on the chin. There's plenty of reasons for that. You guys want to see mine? Mine is a tree you've never heard of. The hornbeam. I think Divine Haze. I think you last time I was doing this, you were here. The hornbeam. Here's mine for anybody that wants to know. The good taste. Of cool beauty, cares for its looks and condition. Good taste. Is not egotistical, makes life as comfortable as possible, leads a reasonable and disciplined life, looks for kindness and acknowledgement in an emotional partner, dreams of unusual lovers, is seldom happy with its feelings, mistrusts most people, is never sure of its decisions, and is very conscientious. That's about 90% me. Some of those things I've earlier in life I've adjusted, but yeah, that's pretty much me. Yeah, Inferno, I hear you on that. For me, doing something is like this. Like, once I start doing it, like if my house gets to a dirty point where, like, to me it's dirty. Everybody else like sees it. Like, dude, your house isn't fine. I'm like, no, you can't see what I see. This is, as soon as I start cleaning, I'm in. Like, it's just, So it's kind of like in school. I'd put things off to the last minute. Pressure prompted, I think, is what they call it. Pressure prompted. Or, it's just something about, like, if I do this because I know I have two days, it will take me 2 days. But if I know I can get this done in an hour, so I'll just wait until I have an hour to do it. It's kind of like that. But it's also like, if I, you know, once you put your mind to it, that shit is done. See, there's doing or there's not doing. There's no trying. Thank you, dog food. Okay. Capricious. Capricious. Yeah, there you go. I would say that's a very funny. That's probably that's kind of my behavior too sometimes. I mean, that's very Geministic of me. You know, I think that's part of it. Very, very Gemini. But that was for you though, not for me. What's up, Super Champion? Yeah, everything I did was last minute, dude. There was a couple classes where I literally stayed home. Like I had a class in the afternoon, and I didn't have anything to do in the morning. Well, I had shit to do. I had class, but I stayed home and I did my work. Like this is finals, senior finals. If I don't hand this in, I don't graduate. I stayed home from school to do the paper in the morning before my class at like, you know, 1 o'clock. That was kind of my attitude. November 4th, Super Champion. You are also a walnut tree. There's a couple walnut trees here. You are the passion, unrelenting, strange, full of contrasts, often egotistical, aggressive, noble, broad horizon, unexpected reactions, spontaneous, unlimited ambition, no flexibility, difficult and uncommon partner, not always liked but often admired, ingenious strategist, very jealous and passionate, and no compromise. That would as much as I know of you, that seems pretty close, huh? Corinne, yours was totally on point. You just don't like it because your ego gets in the way, because you are so absurdly egotistical that you won't even accept that this thing right here, which isn't wrong, called you egotistical, and you defend to the death your ego, which proves you're egotistical, which proves. And she's a walnut tree, just like. But at least Super Champion will own up to it. He's all those things. Difficult, ingenious, passionate, unexpected, spontaneous. Good words there. Ain't nothing wrong with aggressive. Ain't nothing wrong with aggressive. I ain't saying shit. I like saying, hey, Corinne, I've made about 2,000 videos. Do you know how many people I like just saying things to? That's not true. Corinne, here, I'll just shut you off here. So you're trying to cause a problem where there's not. I just said something to you. You're defending your ego, and I happen to not give a shit about your ego, and I don't know you. Like, I don't know you to like battle you over your ego. You could take your ego and shove it up your ass and vomit it out and then eat it off the floor for all I give a fuck. I don't like bad. I ask anybody on here. I talk to anybody like this because you're all computer things to me. I don't know you, and if I knew you in person, I would say the same fucking thing. I'm not bullying you. If you feel bullied, what you should do is walk your ass out of here. That's what you should do. But because you know you're bullshitting, that you're not getting bullied, that this is just part of the way that I am and what you're listening to. If that's the way you perceive it, get to stepping. Get to stepping, really. Don't treat yourself so badly that you let somebody like me bully you. That's your ego getting bullied. Because you're egotistical. Corinne, you're absolutely wrong, and everybody on here knows it. But the only reason it seems that way to you is because you're the only person that gets on here and continually asks for it. Oh, you know, you could. There's a bunch of people you could ask on here that I've talked to like this. Go ask fucking. Wait, hold on. I bet you. I bet you Super Champion could tell you a couple of people that I've talked shit with that still fuck with me right now that I actually talk to. Super champion. Come on. Can you think of somebody? As soon as I say it, you'll be like, yeah, that's who that is. At least one person. But a lot. Love Katesh. How many times? You know how many times Love Katesh has come on when you weren't around, Corinne? Like back when I used to do shows like 2 years ago when you didn't know me. You know, me and Katesh would do this shit. She'd talk mad shit, and I would just say the same shit. You think you're getting picked on? That's your problem. So stop talking to me. It's simple. It's a simple answer for you. You stop talking to me, and I won't respond to you, and that way you won't feel picked on. If you keep raising your hand and talking shit in class, of course I'm gonna have to deal with you. But what did I do the last few times that you kept talking shit? I didn't bully you. I blocked you. I said, get the fuck out of my classroom. So don't take it as if I'm bullying you, because you're asking for it. You're literally throwing me softball pitches, saying stupid shit, getting in the way of me talking to everybody else. That's a fact. I'm glad you don't have an ego. That's a tough goal for you. You should probably get one. Pick one up somewhere. We don't have... I know, we don't want some of the traits. Yeah. There's a couple on mine that I'm like, ooh, yeah. Divine Hazel, I'm assuming you're talking to... Yeah. I know, you're just babbling. So, you know. Just babbling on. Blah, 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 blah. What's up, Junie? And Corinne, I certainly have not insulted you the most. Ask anybody in here. I'm telling you, ask anybody in here. That's certainly fucking not true. This is not even close to true. But let's on with the journey here. Does anybody else wants me? Anybody else want me to tell them their Celtic tree astrology? Have I missed anybody here? Yeah. She would. I would put her over my knee. Yeah. She would particularly enjoy that. Yes. What's you require? Well, if nobody else wants me to read their Celtic astrology, I'm going to either read out of Book of Gaia. But this would be a long one. This gets into a lot of water. Let me try to find a short chapter, or at least something that's readable right now. Because there's a lot that are way too long. It might get a little funky. You guys want me to do something on our soil? Do you want to do like how the soil works? Doctrine of signatures? No. We could do something on... Here's a quick one. It's called the Church of Transplantology. Want to donate an organ? You better think about that. A segment of the medical industry is waiting for you to have a serious accident. They're waiting for you to do something stupid. In fact, they're counting on it. They make their money on bodies of the freshly dead. If you're between the ages of 18 and 35, you're a prize candidate for organ donation because those ages have over twice the deaths due to accidents. Published studies show that the number one leading cause of death amongst organ donors is the organ donation procedure itself. I'm going to read that again. Published studies show that the number one leading cause of death amongst organ donors is the organ donation procedure itself. In other words, most are still alive when the organs are procured. With all of the hype from paid-for celebrity endorsements and media paid-for editorial stories like Timmy's story or Little Maggie's story or being alive due to an organ donor, all financed by OPOs, organ procurement organizations, it seems cold-blooded and cruel to question the process of organ donation. Who doesn't want to see a child live by giving up organs that you no longer need? Too bad it's not as simple as that. Legally dead used to mean no pulse for 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the state, with no measurable brain activity, and brain death is a medical fiction to create control and legal protection. Now the brain can be very much alive with activity just as long as there has been no pulse for 2 minutes. Livers and hearts are no longer usable after 2 minutes, and they are the most in demand behind kidneys. Sadly, investigative research shows many accident victims could have recovered if they hadn't been harvested. Want to donate? Better give some deep thought and research first. Wow. They be sucking that blood, yo. Yeah, or they could just fast, drink some urine, eat some kidney beans, and fix themselves. Modern medicine licensed witch doctors. Yeah, that's drinking your menstrual blood. That's fucking nasty. Just as a matter of fact. So it's vampiric. It is. It's nasty. Urine is purified blood plasma. Blood out of the menses is nasty. It's maybe that's why you're spaz. Maybe that's why you're egotistical. Why you consume your own blood? I thought that was leaving your body because that's your leftover poisoned blood. You're not supposed to reconsume that. That will make you go crazy. I'm being factual. All of these people, all your blood cults. What do you think? Vampires just suck blood? It's just the trick. There's no such thing. No, that's your body is getting rid of the extra waste that's in the blood. You're not supposed to have a long period. You're supposed to have a very short period, and it's supposed to leave the body. It's not supposed to go be re-ingested. It's ridiculous. It's literally probably making you crazy. That's probably why you're so egotistical. Because you believe you're so awesome that you've got to just reconsume your blood. That's sick. It's filthy. It really is. But anyways, I'm going to go on with this modern medicine licensed witch doctors. 98% of modern medicine is simply the embrace of voodoo, superstitions, and ignorance that over time has been elevated to the stature of God's revealed treatments by the masses. Pharmaceutical drug lords with academic sophistry and the use of dead Latin blended perfectly with overwhelming fear tactics have cemented the entire dark and vile medical healthcare industry into the minds, hearts, and body fluids of hundreds of millions of unquestioning innocent people. They murder hundreds of thousands of these patients every year. Iatrogenic is their own word for doctor-induced mass slaughter. They make over $2 trillion annually for killing people and perpetuating disease. Some primitive people, as we know, believe that any disease represents the entry into the person's body of some evil spirit or entity, which was caused to enter of some malignant voodoo man or witch doctor. The unfortunate victim remains so afflicted until he rights a wrong, appeases the witch doctor, secures the services of another whose magic is more powerful than the original spellcaster. When once this evil spirit has been removed, he is well and strong again. If he fails in this, he dies. Strange as it may seem, a modified form of this same belief underlies public thinking and constitutes a basic belief of many doctors. True, we no longer believe that an evil spirit has entered into the body of a sick person, but this belief survives in the form of thinking that disease is an entity of some sort. This entity will strike, attack, or is somehow caught by the individual and can only be expelled or driven out by suitable medicine, which is something in a bottle, injections, a knife, or radiation. When this entity has been expelled, the patient is cured. Such is the popular conception today. This is scientific pharmaceutical sophistry I was speaking of that drips with malicious, money-grubbing intent. As opposed to this, the whole food pharmacist believes that this so-called disease represents merely bodily states or condition, nearly always self-induced, not caught or attacked. These are manifestations in a series of symptoms which are, themselves, the very process of the cure. The body makes curative actions to counteract disease and manifestations to restore the conditions of health. The whole food pharmacist teaches that disease is a healing effort, a struggle of the vital powers to clean the system and recover the normal state. This effort should be aided, directed, and regulated if need be, but never suppressed. What is this mysterious thing, disease? It is simply an effort to remove obstructing, pustulant, toxic plaque, material from the inner domain in order to repair the damages. Disease is a process of house cleaning. It is a healing effect. It is a vital struggle to overcome obstructions to keep the channels of circulation free. Tubes are meant to flow freely. You physically are nothing but tubes. All disease at some period or other of its course is a reparative process, not necessarily accompanied by suffering. Disease is an effort of nature to remedy a process of poisoning or decay, which has taken place in months, weeks, and sometimes years beforehand with no health-promoting assistance from the individual. It goes on unnoticed, and after a chronic condition is developed, acute symptoms appear and are diagnosed by doctors as disease. So-called disease is therefore, in the vast majority of cases, 95%, merely a curative effort on the part of nature. It is the process of the cure itself manifested in a set of symptoms. They are attempting to cure a disease in the ordinary sense of the word that leads us to a ridiculous paradox, namely an attempt to cure the curing process. The disease is the cure. The outward manifestation, the symptoms we notice, represent merely the outward invisible signs of the curative process in action. Any attempt to deal with or smother these symptoms merely retards the process to cure, of curing to that extent. Instead of treating the symptoms, we should aim at the causes of the so-called disease, which are really the dangerous behavioral lifestyle factors involved in those that have brought about the abnormal conditions noted. Once we've removed these causes, start walking, eating whole foods, drinking water, getting into the sunshine, the disease, so-called, disappears, and the symptoms or processes of repair vanish. The person is then restored to health. It is that simple. It is simply the truest of truths. I'll go on with that in a second. Let me take a moment here to cleanse my palate. Boogers are a good thing to eat. Boogers will assist your immune system. Boogers are something different. How's up, Fire Drake? I've talked about it plenty, and you've seen it plenty. You guys get to watch my shadow self work. I do plenty of shadow work. I don't really want to get into it here now. I mean, watch some of my videos. I talk about it plenty. I don't necessarily just call it shadow self, but it's all like it's basically as simple as all of the repressed emotions that people don't deal with and feel on a regular basis. Like, men don't cry. Oh, fucking cry. It's things that you just don't normally participate in a way that's there's health in things that you don't think there's health in, like being angry is a healthy emotional response to certain things. If you're not angry, you're not paying attention. If some things don't upset you and piss you off, then you're not supposed to go sit there and go, oh, must repress all emotions and repress all things. Repression of anything emotional that causes blockages and doesn't allow people to be fully themselves. It's the the angel and it's the angel and the demons, the God and the devil. That's the thing. It's like there are no perfect beings out here doing all the right things and everything's righteous. It's like understanding and I said this last show, and it's simple as this. I've done things that I thought were so perfect and so wonderful and so delightful and so caring and so loving for people, and they hated me for it. They didn't like it. They didn't want it. They didn't need it. They didn't like me for being so kind. And then I've been an asshole. I've been a shithead. I've been completely rude to people, right to their face. And sometimes, almost immediately, they thank me, and other times, a day or two later, hey, I needed to hear that. So you can never really tell what is the thing that lurks in the dark that you're so scared of. Like, people are scared of showing their feelings or their emotions or the way they speak. They're like, somebody might, I don't want to offend someone. That is part of people want to scream. People want to say some shit, but they won't say it. That's their shadow self that they repress. Where me, I'll just fucking say it. I've been punched in the face before. Okay. But I've also helped plenty of people for doing the same kind of thing. And I've also done kind things that I got no response to, and in fact, shit on for. So there's just, it's allowing for freedom of movement of mind. And your shadow self is somewhere in the deep, dark recesses of your mind. And it's the things that you won't do, won't say, that you should just go. You never regret the things you did say. You always regret the things you didn't say. That's as simple as that. And it's not always regretting saying, oh, I love you, I missed you. Sometimes it's like saying, fuck you. Fuck your life, fuck your whole existence. You're a piece of shit. Say it to yourself. Say it to somebody else. I don't know. I know everybody here wants to say some shit like that to somebody, but they didn't want to upset something. They didn't want to lose their job. They didn't want to. But that ain't. The truth is, that was your dark shadow self. So there you go, Inferno. Well, there you go, Corinne. Then why are you a vegan? Why don't you go start eating some pigs then, you pig, you pig fucker? If all is self, then you might as well be a shaman and then go eat some elephant turd. Eat some elephant dung. Dog food, that's funny. It's so funny, you can make your own adrenochrome. It's in your body. And the easiest way to do it is just, I don't know, ultra plasma filtrate. Use some urine. You start producing DMT and all the adrenochrome you want. You get all the power and energy you want. And it's already clarified. It's clarified butter. It's ghee. The book title? Pharmacist Desk Reference with an F. You'll have a very hard time finding it. It's very expensive. It's probably 300, maybe more now. Whenever I bought it, it was like 300, and I know that it was hard to find. And last time I looked on Amazon, there was only used ones available, and they were like $1,000. So I don't know. You might be able to find it on his website. I don't know if he's still selling them. I don't know. Have I addressed anemia? Probably in some of my earlier stuff when I was doing all of the stuff on blood work and golden blood and if you look around there, you probably find some stuff. Anemia is what? Not having enough iron in the blood? Is that what anemia is? I don't think you're supposed to have much iron in the blood anyways, if any at all. I think it has to do with something else. I think they're bullshitting. Iron is not something the body needs. You need the 4 major things the body needs is sodium, calcium, potassium, and magnesium. Sodium, calcium, potassium, magnesium. Those are the master ones. And the sodium comes organically from a living system. Potassium. I mean, they all have to come from that way. You can't just get it from like. I think probably the anemia thing. I don't know. But yeah, look around there. I think I did, and I think it's probably connected to the videos I did called. Oh man, I'll try to find it. I mean, if you want me to do a little bit on it right now, I mean, what do you want to know? I mean, I think I've just pretty much covered it right there. I don't think the body needs iron. This is the Iron Man. This is why your blood rusts. I don't think you're supposed to have iron in your system. Will Johnson, yeah, don't fall for the be nice culture. Be nice or leave. It's the be nice culture is really about it's dehumanizing, it's emasculating, it takes away power from people, takes away the rugged individualism, as Ayn Rand would call it. It takes away creative force, life force. Makes everything. You can't say it that way. Slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. It's, tiptoeing towards totalitarianism. Juniper. Yeah, I hear you on that. Sometimes, like my house is I cleaned up the other day. The only thing I gotta finish is a little just put some clothes away and a little bit in the kitchen. But I did like a 4-hour clean the whole house, that kind of thing. Dog food, quarantine from French quarante. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's that means 40, right? That's very funny. I didn't know about 50 Mardu and Morris. Yeah, I guess this shit it never really affected me. The 40 is connected to. You want me to read? You want me to read out of this here? Let's do 40 is XL. It's connected to extra large. Connected to. Let's see if we can. I think probably because I've already fasted like that, so it just doesn't. To me, it's like whatever. Okay, cool. I don't know. Let me see if I can find something. I think it's the Book of Gaia. I want to read you guys this whole Book of Gaia, but it's really, it's a little long. If you give me a little bit, I might be able to do it. It's like 8 pages, and that's quite a bit. It'll take me over an hour, for sure. Oh, here. I know what I can read. Actually, I've already read it so many times. You want me to read vegan? You want me to read someone vegan? See if Hey, Corinne, are you still here? Here, I'll read this for you. At one time, I was a vegan in the most strict sense of the definition of the word. Now, after years of observation and dealing with sickly, even terminal people, I am what one would probably call a plant-based, whole food, free-range, oval, kindly and lovingly treated lacto-vegetarian. I avoid any and all animal products and animal byproducts as much as reasonably possible. But here in the 21st century, as you know, the animals have suffered at the hands of hideous, out of control pharmaceutical, agricultural, factory chop shops. I say that I reasonably avoid them because today's phones and cell phones, books and computers, and cars and car tires, bicycles and airplanes, and more all contain elements of animal products. Even processed sugar is filtered through animal bones, unless the sugar is certified kosher. Even then, it's filtered strictly through cow's bones. No pigs there, baby. Like, that makes a lot of difference. Well, I guess to some it does. Now, instead of focusing strictly on personal purity over the years, it's become apparent to me we need to focus more on reducing suffering instead of eating the legs off of dead chickens and drinking the drug-laced chemical fluidiums of cooked factory white mustache cows' milk all pumped up with growth hormones. Maybe we can learn to support the neighbor next door that has a family pet, Bessie, or even the milk goats who roam freely in the grassy flower-studded pastures. It's pretty easy for lots of folks to have some chickens wandering in the yard, happy, content, and friendly. I've seen too many underdeveloped children that couldn't even walk by the age of 4 get up and walk after just 2 weeks on raw milk from lovingly treated animals, and to deny that life-giving and sustaining energy of grass magically made white and sweet by those gorgeous beings, to deny this would be for me to deny an observable functional truth. I've watched terminally emaciated, sent home to die patients turn around, fill out, and live another 10 to 15 years of a vital, happy life, eating a diet specifically made of red potato salad with free-range boiled eggs in abundant supply. If more people could stop eating factory animals and drinking factory milk and factory eggs, we could eliminate the animal agricultural industry, as billions of innocent beings would be spared miserable lives of suffering and pain as they are led to their own slaughter. We can choose animal products that don't support animal exploitation. For instance, in India, Pakistan, Nigeria, and even some U.S. states, there are companies that make leather boots and clothing from animals that die on the farm from old age or other natural causes, like lightning hitting a nearby tree, etc., etc. Maybe I did. Hey, Juniper, this is because I was reading fast. A narrative words per minute. Sometimes whenever I start reading, I just want to get through that little chapter there. Mm. It does sound like me, doesn't it? It's funny, I met the dude that wrote this book. I met the person that wrote this book 27 years ago. Crazy, right? Really weird. I want to read you guys this chapter on fasting. Maybe I'll get to that. I want to read this one on cow pus and bee puke, but I've read it so many times for you guys. That I feel like I would be doing a disservice to the rest of this book by reading it a third time. Yeah, give me a second. Well, let's chat for a second. I'll get back to this. You guys can help me pick out the next chapter. Give me a second. Let me go get some fresh air. I'll be right back. Oh, stop that.
Thank you.
Oh. Okay. Junie, you know what? I lucked out today, and thank you for the thank you for what you got me. That's awesome. I've never had either of those things. Never even tried. I've had the first one I've had never in the pineapple. That sounds really awesome. But I did find a pizza place. Wildly enough, they're delivering half price wine, and yeah, I don't want to order a pizza though. So that's kind of gets in the way. I'm just gonna order wine from the place. What's up, Branzan? Inferno, did I own my own house? I used to build houses. Never owned a house. Never wanted to own a house. It's not a really good investment. Whenever I was building houses, I'd given thought to buying and rehabbing one. But it's like the old story, a cobbler's son never has nice shoes. A mechanic never has a nice car. If I'm building a house all day to make money, to earn money, and I buy a house, am I going to want to, when I'm done working my job to make money to buy a house, want to work on a house? Like, that would be insanity. So I never got to the point of buying a house. And it's a bad investment unless you build it yourself. Like, I could have bought a house for, under 100 and put 50 into it and had a $300,000 house and been cozy. I just never got to the point. So yeah, I used to rehab houses for years. And this is just an apartment. This is not mine. I'm as close to homeless as possible as you could be. This is the size of it. Like, this is what I do for income. If you guys donate to me, that's awesome. Keeps me off the street. It's about the size of it. Corinne, that's funny. Everyone, the last time I did this, somebody asked me to read from page 144 as well. There's some connections to number 144 about me that you don't know. You hear Dogstar? Yeah. She was playing on the couch, and then she got up and she threw herself on the floor. Do you want to see her? Here. There's the Dogstar. You want to say hi? Hey, me. You want to say hi? She's not impressed. She's not impressed. She's not impressed. That's Meatworm. That's Dogstar. What are you doing? Give her back. What are you doing?
Oh, yes, hi.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just that I didn't want to order a pizza because it's just like, I don't know, all the extra cheese, and I was trying to smooth into doing a fast here in a couple days, and if I eat pizza right now, that's gonna take me an extra day to get into it, because once you eat something kind of heavy, the next meal has to be like half. This is for me. I can't just go like straight from eating a pizza to tomorrow eating grapes and then fasting. I would need to eat like a pizza and then tomorrow eat something kind of in between, kind of back off the ledge of the foods. But the pizza place that has the half price wine is pretty awesome. Yeah, I could tell you about eczema really simply. I'll tell you about Bell's palsy. I have to read the book for that. Eczema, I have a little bit right now, I think. Right there. I got a little bit right here. Yeah, it's it's liver related. Um, you get backup of things. Your body needs to get rid of the, well, it's liver and hey, what up, birdies? It's liver and what are those little wormies called? I don't remember exactly which ones they are, but those two basically cause skin disorder. So you gotta clean out your liver, gallbladder, liver. I got to do some coffee enemas. That will do a quick job on cleaning things out because your skin is your biggest organ. So as your body starts pushing things out, you're cleaning up by it's coming out of your skin. Um, so ways to get rid of it from the outside: lemon juice and sunshine. That will get rid of it on the outside and the inside. Um, lemon juice again and wormwood, coffee enemas, um, and getting rid of the wormwood will get rid of the little wormies in there. And what's a Candida albicans? That Candida is a general overlining term that causes a lot of skin disorders, skin nail disorders, things like that. So like I have a couple fucked up toenails. Certainly, it's from that. It's like it's really it's tough to get rid of because even once you do, then your body starts healing. If you go back and eat something else that, you know, you can't really get rid of all of them, but you get rid of most of them, kill most of them. But you got to stay on it. You'd have to stay on a diet directly just to completely get rid of Candida. And Candida run on simple sugars, not fruit juice sugars, but simple sugars. I mean, I suppose the fruit juice sugars could be doing something, but there's certain things you can use: oregano, the standard oregano, tea tree, clay, blah blah blah. But you gotta stick to the regimen. And on the body, you can use oregano oil for either one of those, for any type of skin disorder, really. Tea tree, oregano, and I'm trying to think what else you could use. It's a few different kind of oils. Is John Shamanic here? I do not see John Shamanic. But if he is here, what's up? Bell's palsy. Let me grab the book. It's the other book. Isn't Bell's palsy basically the same thing as that Michael Jackson shit, where you get the shaky shakes? Isn't that what it is? The original one? Oh, and here for eczema as well, oatmeal baths, coconut and soy oil, coconut or soy oil, and hot oatmeal bath. You can also use milk, unpasteurized milk bath. Yeah, those are good. Okay. And foods. Just stay away from the simple sugars. Okay, Bell's palsy. What's another name for Bell's palsy? It's not in here. There's definitely other names for it. Do you know off the top of your head? Or do I have to look this up? It's related to like 3 other diseases. I just don't remember what they are off the top of my head. Brandon, that is your birthday. Oh shit. Your born day. Yeah, I mean, buying a house, the investment on it is never worth it because you're gonna spend so much if you can buy it outright and you have the cash, it's worth it. But if you have to get a 30-year loan from a bank, it's never gonna be worth it. It's never worth it. It's like buying a new car. Never buy a new car and never buy a house unless you can pay in cash. And even if you can, with a car, even paying in cash isn't worth it. You buy a used car. Never buy a new car. It's not worth it. It's not an investment. It's a luxury. A house, never worth it, unless you can buy it outright or build it. And if you can get a beat up old house and you know what you're doing, then it's worth it. Because then you also get to build it the way you want it. You can do the little fancy little nooks and crannies, and it's exactly what you want. Then it's cool. Because then at least it's a piece of art, and whether or not you get something out of it, an investment. I mean, if you can keep it for life, who the fuck cares? For most people, they don't live in the same house their entire life. Change your name to Dogstar? Serious? Serious business. The Aries listen to Super Gemini. But of course, come join. We'll do weird shit. Do I have? Are you asking me, Brandon? Do I have a German Shepherd? No. Those. What are you doing? I don't prefer German Shepherds at all. No. In fact, everyone that I've ever known that has one is a piece of shit. There's not really a way around saying that. I've only met one or two German Shepherds that are well behaved. I don't have nothing against the dog itself. I mean, the fact that it's a German sheep herder and it's police dog, which is terrible. The way they train them and treat them, oh, it's fucked up. And I used to know a dude that trained police dogs. He was an asshole. It's not really what are you gonna do. But no, I don't prefer them. They're too even if they're well trained, they tend not to be that kind. Every dog underneath it has a little different demeanor, just slightly different. I'll stick to my Staffordshire Terriers. They're the best dogs on the planet. Anybody that says otherwise, fuck you. Ooh. I mean, anything in the body you could grow back. Spleen. Let me see if there's anything in here. Just if I look up the word spleen. I've never really even thought about spleen or spleen disorder. I'll give it some research and tell you what I can come up with. But off the top of my head, I got nothing for you. Spleen is maybe the most underused word. Does anybody even know what it does? I study the human body, and I don't think I've ever even looked up spleen and what its purpose and job is. No, it's not even in here. Rottweiler, Catahoula. Catahoula. A buddy of mine used to have a Catahoula mixed with a pit. Black seed is good for the skin too. Yeah, my iridology is funny because my eyes are different. What is Bell's palsy? What is the other name for it? Okay, paralyzed. Okay, so it's connected. Okay, yeah. So it is. So it is very much like. It's very much like what supposedly Michael J. Fox has. It's like muscle related. Okay, muscular dystrophy. It's an MS type thing, right? Multiple sclerosis, MD, MS, multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy. Duh. Explain this to me. So it's sort of kidney-esque. It's the first line of filtering the blood. Interesting. Learn something new every day. Now I'm gonna have to do some research on the spleen and Bell's palsy. See what else it's related to. Let's see about. It might, it might have something to do with it. Now, do they say Bell's palsy is more neurological? Is it a neurological phenomenon, meaning there's something happening in the brain, or is it a nervous system phenomenon where there's things aren't firing and twitching properly? Because I mean those are related to myelin sheaths, like for multiple sclerosis. Muscular dystrophy, fasting, Becker's multiple, yeah. Fascioscalpal neurohumeral. Wait, what? Fascioscalpal humeral muscular dystrophy, also known as Landauzi-Dejerine disease, involves progressive weakness in the muscles of the face, shoulder, abdomen, feet, arms, pelvic, and lower arms. Congenital muscular dystrophy. Okay. Ocular pharyngeal muscular dystrophy is drooping of the eyelids, weakness of the muscles of the eye, face, throat, difficulty swallowing. Okay, so it is kind of an MD. So the biggest thing to do is fasting, really. And then after you fast, it's rebuilding things. It's pretty much the same as a lot of other things, man. There's really not a lot. There's not too many different diseases, really. They just divide them up in such a weird way. Fasting, massage, acupuncture, Gasha facial. Yeah, that's what's up. Get one of these things. Whoever asked, just get one of these. One of these tools. Just get in there. Get in. Get them knots out of the face. Look at oh. Is there any in here? You just get one right there. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, nice. Oh, so good. Wish it wasn't so cloudy today. I want to get outside and get a little sunshine. Get this white off my skin. And see, his skin is need a little more oil, a little more water. I'm a little dehydrated. Yeah. So you pinch your skin, it shouldn't stay like that. It means I'm a little dehydrated. Bee venom's another one. Yeah, I've heard of getting bee stings helps with that. Bee sting therapy. I've heard that helps. Seventh cranial nerve. Trauma to the... Okay. Huh. What bands were used for flexibility? What are you talking about? You talking about voodoo bands? Talking about these things? It's not. Well, you got these ones. You got these kind of bands. These are for really like joint mobilization to get flexibility through distracting parts of your joint to move things. I don't know what I did with my... Look up voodoo bands. Voodoo bands are awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh shit, I know what I did with it. I took it with... Another thing I took with me and I left it somewhere. Anyway, so voodoo bands. Look those up. Those are really good. So, Divine has a red and white blood cells are stored in the spleen. Inferno, for me, I wouldn't buy them. I like the dude, but I probably know everything he knows, so it just kind of be wasteful to me. And I listen to him, so I like what he puts out. And I also remember David Phillips. I've listened to him quite a bit. I've talked to him, and like I've had my own experiences with all of this stuff. If you don't have time to, if you haven't spent time listening to this stuff, yeah, probably go invest into it. I don't know what he's asking for it. I don't know what he gets into, but he's a cool dude. I like his videos. Combo on Cambo. I know the word. I just don't know what it is. Like I've heard of it before. I don't. Are you talking about like using bamboo sticks to like smash a point in the body to release Sha? Is that what combo is? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Maybe not. Astragalus. GANS. I don't know what that is. Structured water. Yeah, I mean, I think it's great for some people. Like certainly, like I think some people it would be a great benefit because some people don't have time to watch all the videos and listen to people talk. Some people learn better by reading. Some people like to highlight shit and they want it there in front of them. I get that. Like some people, it's quicker and easier to have a book, and they can sit down 2 hours and through it. We're listening to somebody, they're trying to decipher the language and how is he saying that. Some people are not good auditory learners. They're physical eyeball learners. Yeah, plasma activated waters from GANS. I still don't understand what that means. I'll look it up, but. Plasma activated water? What do you mean, urine? Just drink your piss. See, for me, like the reason I haven't and I probably won't write a book is because everything I'll say is either it's already been written in here or I'm just gonna be like, go drink your piss. Like literally, that's my answer to everything. Like people are like, well, what do I do? Just drink a piss. No, but just drink a piss. Okay, but you want the long way about? Okay. Then at that case, whenever somebody wants to go the long way, then I have to take them, hold them by the hand, and everybody has a whole different path. People are like, hey, what can I do about this? I'm like, well, what can you do about that is tell me your diet, how tall you are, tell me you know what I mean? Like you got to go through all of these things, your heritage, your past, your, you know, I need to know a bunch of things. What are you willing to do? What are you not going to do? Then you're chopping things up, and it has to be in a singular. So it's either singular or go drink a piss. Which is I couldn't write if I've tried writing a book a few times. It just turns out it ends up being too long. I just keep writing and writing and adding more to it, and I'm like, I don't know where to stop this. Where to stop this book? How do I even stop this? Oh! Hey! Hey! Get out of here, cunt! That was for the dog, not for you guys. Oh, I don't. Yeah, go do some psychedelics if you need to. One second, y'all. Oh, sucky. Oh shit. Holla. Daddy's not gonna be sleeping in the streets this month. When I first learned about urine, I think it was at and it was a joke. It was funny because it was through this dude Daniel Vitalis, and I was at this retreat, and he's like Azu, he's like a water shaman, right? And he said he had talked to a dude that was a water shaman, and he said to him, never drink water out the faucet. Never drink any of this water. It's not water. It's a water-like substance. He told him, he's like, before you drink that, drink your piss. And he was saying it as a joke. So I took it as a joke. And that's how he was saying, because he wasn't into urine therapy. He never brought it up. And then like a couple months later, I started to look into it, and then was like, oh shit, for real? No, actually, that's actually better than all this other stuff. Because he was into spring water. And I used to harvest spring water. And then I realized the powers of distilled water. Spring water is fine, but distilled water is more powerful. And then I figured out urine and plasma. Speaking of urine and plasma, I'll be right back. Okay. Great, groovy, grand, wonderful. I think it's silly because it's not a proper diet. It's better than some things. It's certainly better than veganism. It's certainly better than strictly raw something. It's better than a lot of things. But the way that what they have implemented into it, because it's connected to like the ketogenic, is very much connected to this theory on how people ate meats, and it's kind of similar to, kind of along the lines of a caveman diet and all this. It has its place. I just I don't like the idea of a diet at all. Your diet is your deity. It's your god. Just eat what's good for you. It's pretty simple. For me, it's that. If you think eating, if what is giving you energy and inspiring you to have life and all of this, if it happens to be a carrot, or if it happens to be a piece of raw sushi, eat that. You know, that's as simple as that for me. But everybody needs to have their little box they put something in. Well, I'm a this, I'm a that. It's better than. It just can't and wouldn't work for everyone. Your diet has to be acclimated to your climate, to your body type, to your blood type, but mostly your climate and your local environment. That's what it should be. And those other things come later. So having a stamp put on something that somehow you could be having a keto diet, living in at the equator, or living in the south of France, or living in northern Canada where it's freezing cold, or in a warm climate, it's not a reasonable request of not only produce coming to you, but of how your body processes things. But in the sense of ketogenic and how your body should burn fat and things, in that sense, there's some intelligence to it. When you should be eating and how you should be eating are the two major things, and keto isn't the answer for everyone, and it's probably not the answer for most people. It's not that simple. I mean, it is that simple. Just eat what's around you and local and current. It's simple. But then everybody's got specific little, well, I need this and I gotta have this, but I can have this flown in from I don't know. People make things too complicated. Taking a doo-doo. I was not Emerald. I was not taking a doo-doo. I was taking a piss. I did for a second have to take a shit. I was thinking of coming back in a second because I was gonna go take a fucking dump. So check it out, y'all. Speaking of taking a doo-doo, I think this maybe is, let's see, 3 o'clock. This may be a good time for me to take an actual break so I can go get some sunshine. Little fresh air, some sunshine. Who needs TP when you got a cat? What did I miss here? Some of your comments must not be showing up because I feel like I'm missing out on a few things here. So check it out, everyone. Yeah, let me take a little break here. I'm gonna go get myself a snack, take a dump, and get a little fresh air. But I will come back on here and I'll read more out of this book, and we'll have more question and answers session. Hope you have a deliciously delightful afternoon. Do weird stuff, and maybe I'll be back in like an hour or so. It's better than eating plastic and period blood. This is correct, Emerald. You are absolutely correct in saying such things. But yeah, stay well in your emerald dreams. As the yeah, gotta watch out for the period blood. It's fucking vampiric and gross. It's nasty. Put that in the ground with the rest of the shit. Shit eaters. Bye, guys. Talk to you soon.